In the heart of the Cotswolds is a second-generation family firm that's been in business since 1930 and is now entering its third generation. Across the UK, family businesses account for 65% of all businesses and bring with them a particular set of strengths and issues. To help highlight some of these issues, the management team at Patterson's Furniture agreed to a series of interviews, sharing with us their thoughts on working in a family business. They may think their situation is unique, but they face the same challenges as family businesses the world over. It's Friday morning, and while the rest of the employees rush to finish that week's orders, Alan, Henry and William are heading off-site for their weekly sales meeting.
The sales meeting was Alan's idea. A chance for him to talk to the boys, find out what's going on at the coalface, as he puts it. I don't mind the three of them going off and having a meeting by themselves. Patterson's is a family firm, after all. The only thing that does worry me a little, though, is the possible perception among non-family members that at Patterson's Furniture, family comes first. For example, at the moment, I'm trying to recruit a senior executive to head up our online sales, because if we're going to grow, that's where it's going to be, online. But as soon as a likely candidate finds out that this is a family firm, they want to know how their pay and prospects are going to compare, and I can only offer the vaguest of assurances, because if I'm absolutely honest, at Patterson's, family does come first. And that's never going to be an attractive prospect, is it?
I think that it should be down in writing, so everybody knows where they stand. It would make much more sense, and it's something that I've talked to Dad and Billy about, and neither of them seem interested. I'm not even included in their weekly meetings. It always seems to happen on a day that I'm not at work. Dad and the boys hate me talking about my MBA, but on the course, obviously, I studied other family businesses, and the evidence about family businesses is clear. If there is a feeling that family comes first, you're never going to get a first-rate workforce. You're going to have a demoralised group of people who don't know where they stand. Because why would anyone come and work here if they think they're not being treated fairly?
We're where we are now, and I'm hardly going to make myself popular if I start increasing some salaries and cutting others, am I? There's always going to be tensions between those who've been here the longest and those who will eventually take over the running of the company, the family. I could keep Billy and Henry on as tea boys at £100 a week, but there'd be no incentive for them to work at Patterson's, really, would there? It'd hardly be their number one choice.
I'm afraid the harsh matter is that it is our business. It is the family that run the business. So ultimately, yes, we should be paid more because we run the business. That's just how it works. I think we're fair with what we pay people. If you want good people, you pay the right money, and you get paid for the responsibility you have. I have a very responsible job within this company. So yeah, I deserve to be paid what I'm paid. I have no shame about that, and I'm not embarrassed by that. But I'm afraid that the reality is, as much as I don't want to sound harsh, if you don't like what we pay, then I'm afraid you have to vote with your feet.
Billy, of course, being the salesman, thinks he's worth whatever he can persuade anyone to pay him, and believe me, he can be very persuasive. But at the moment I can see why Duncan and other non-family members might feel their contributions aren't fairly rewarded, especially as they have no equity stake. And that's something, in the long term, I think we're going to need to address. And not just with reference to Duncan, but anyone else that wants to work here too. Billy and Dad's attitude has always been to keep it in the family, but we're never going to get the best people if we're running a company where the only way to get recognised is to have the word Patterson at the end of your name. I mean, even though I'm lucky enough to be one of those people, that's something I think we're going to have to change.
As you watch this episode, what are the most important questions that arise for you as a family? Perhaps it is understanding how family and non-family members perceive each other and how to recruit, retain and motivate the best people. many other questions will arise as you start to consider the scenario further. As you watch the other episodes in the series, you will see that emotions and tensions are running high, making it harder for the family to make objective decisions. But Patterson's is not unique. Each situation can be dealt with in a number of ways, leading to a variety of outcomes for the business and the family. To help explore these further, the Knowledge Exchange provides interviews with experts, examples of what real family businesses have done, and articles that delve deeper into the issues.